please?
No, we can't.
Aw. We've been here forever.
You're going to be on the line.
We're in a little world with snow.
So we want it.
Alright, we're walking home.
All right, we are live here at the Burnaby Velodrome, and Friday night racing in our bare bones weekend. We've got 46 laps left of this 60-lap scratch race. Nine riders on the track right now, and a little bit of a split in the group. We've got our favorite, Sherwood Plant, one of the most aggressive riders out here, followed by Marcus Meyer, Evan Macbeth, Uli Meyer, Ethan Organichek, David Girth, Timothy Ho, and finishing up with Mark Sato and Al Murison. Great stuff. Looks like we have one viewer online, which is fantastic. And trying to put in some big racing for the boys tonight. So some big races are down. We've got 60 lap scratch race. We've got a 10-2 elimination planned, and we've got an 80 lap points race on the board. Volunteering on the lines, we've got Laura Brown, Mark Sasso, Solveig Stobie, and Dante Luffleholst, and myself.
I'm not volunteering. I've been voluntold.
Once again, Dante.
I'm not volunteering. I've been voluntold.
There you go, crowd. You have it. Some by choice here, and others not. Mark Sato on the pole position right now, digging nice and low, nice arrow position. And behind him, pulling straight up, is Marcus Meyer. Mixed group here of A riders and B riders, all part of the same cohort as they come along. Notable names: Ethan Organichek, one of our high-end, high-octane riders, and Al Murison, probably the top guys here today, and Sherwood Plant, who is also a very aggressive rider, so we should see some great efforts on his part. And it looks like things are picking up as Murison goes out front, picks up about 7 bike lengths. Mark Sato on his wheel, pulls on through without a problem, no complaints. Sherwood Plant trying to bridge the gap, and it looks like things are opening up here. We've got about 35 laps on the board, and definitely the sparks are flying. Let's see what happens with the rest of the group if they can handle this. But once again, it's Murison, Sato, Plant, all on the front with a gap between Ho and the rest of the group. But it looks like they might close it in here if a big effort from Uli Meyer can bring it back together. But Murison is not having any of it, and I don't think this is going to close as Sato pulls the plug a little bit too much for the junior. A big effort for him, and hopefully he'll catch back onto the group and hasn't blown. But now he is gapped as everything comes back together, but Sato is gapped at the back. And it looks like it's opening up. If this slows down a bit, he'll be able to get back on. And away goes David Girth. Unbelievable. This is a classic move. Everyone's going hard, chasing down Murison, and away goes Girth right away without much effort, picks up a quarter of a lap, 25 meters. Can he sustain it? And Ethan Organichek is going to meet him here. The two of them can work together, and he forces Ethan to go up and over. And let's see what happens. But Murison, right on it, is starting to bridge the gap, and everyone else is on the rails and starting to struggle. And looking at the faces of this chasing group, they are suffering with 28 laps to go. So we've got 3 riders out front. You're going to see Murison, Organicek, and Girth, whose mouth is wide open, trying to scoop up all the air he can to stay with these guys. And behind him, the big chase led by Sherwood Plant. And Sherwood's been on the front now for some time, takes a bit of a breather. And Sato again is gapped behind that group. But out front, again, Ethan Organicek, Al Murison, and David Girth has been able to hang with these guys. Will he take a pull? He doesn't have to. Shouldn't feel committed. He's just got to stick in here. That's the goal. And look at that. You can't see it on the camera, but Girth definitely showing some crafty bike riding here as he knows how to handle his bike and get out of the way, get onto the rider who's pulling off. And it looks like these guys are going to be coming up to 3/4 a lap on the pack with 24 to go. And Mark Sato has now been lapped. And it looks like we're going to have a 3-rider group lap the pack right here. And they've made connection on the backside of the track. So Murison, Organicek, and Girth have all lapped the remaining riders. And Sato is going to go down 2 laps here in just a moment. But up, 3 riders up. And 1 rider down 2 laps. All right, just entering some data here for lapped riders, and back at the call, we've got 17 left to go. The pace has definitely slowed down a bit, so we'll see what happens. We know Murison's good with 10, 15 to go. He likes to spark a little bit of a fire here, so we'll see if Sherwood Plant can handle it this week. I know last week Sherwood was just getting his legs primed for some racing and wasn't able to stay with the leaders in the A group last week, but this week might be a different story. And there goes Murison, like clockwork, 16 to go, over the top in corner 1, and he dives down in corner 2, has about 6 bike lengths on the group. Organicek is going to try to do the same thing, and Girth is going with him. Girth is not going to let these guys go. He wants to make sure he's in there, and Plant is going to go. Let's see, they both pull up. Ethan pulls up, Al pulls up, and Plant continues the pursuit. Is Plant going to try to unlap himself? You bet he is. He knows no one's going to chase him, but it's just Plant out front right now trying to regain himself in contention, and Uli Meyer is in pursuit. Timothy Ho takes a crack with 14 to go, and Timothy Ho has a couple bike lengths, but ultimately Sherwood Plant is on a mission, hoping that Uli Meyer can help him out, but I don't know if Uli's got it in this time. And out front, it looks like everyone's trying to regroup here. Things are splitting up as there's no need for Ethan, Al, or David to put in a big effort to chase.
What happens if you get lapped?
Riders who get lapped are just down a lap and are distance-wise, it's the person who completes the most the laps. So those riders will just complete less laps. And here we are, the main group coming along. David Girth not giving up anything here. He's lapped the group with two great riders, and he is still willing to put in a lot of effort at the front. So definitely a classy rider. And we can't give up on Evan, who is also, oh, Evan's just pulled up. He was out front for a while as well. But here we go, Sherwood Plant, about half a lap, just under half a lap ahead of the group here, trying to unlap himself. That would put him in fourth position, but he's got 9 laps to do it, and depending on what happens with the group here, we will see. If he can hold on for 8 more laps, he will get fourth and not have to contest a sprint. Now, these remaining riders should have no interest in getting a sprint, but it looks like they are starting to pick it up, so we will see what happens here. And here comes Plant, still out front, 6 to go. And we've got 5 to go. 3 riders out front. We've got Uli Meyer. We've got Sherwood Plant still out here on his own. 4 laps to go on the ticker. And followed by Ethan, Uli, and Al. Let's see what happens in the next 800 meters.
That's fine.
600 meters for Sherwood, still out front. And we'll see who takes this. The race here is between Ethan, David Girth, and Al for the first top 3 positions. And it looks like Ethan is going wild. He's going to go over the top of Sherwood. There he goes with 2 to go. No one is chasing him, so Ethan has the big lead. And here we go, bell lap. Everyone. And we're coming in here. Let's see what happens to the finish. And Ethan, followed by Al Murison, Evan Macbeth, Timothy Ho, cross the line. Then we've got Marcus, Mark Sato, Uli Meyer, Sherwood Plant, and David Girth. So top 3 positions go to Ethan Ergenacek, Al Murison, and David Girth, followed by Sherwood Plant. And we will take a quick break here while we move on and get some results. So we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes with our next race, which is the elimination race. All right, we are back, and we've got the elimination race here at the Burnaby Velodrome, an A-B combo. They're doing 10 laps before the first elimination bell. So they're down to 7 now. And again, 9 riders on the track at this time. And we will be calling it out as we come along. The pace right now is nice and easy. After that scratch race, I think everyone's wanting to enjoy a little casual time before the sprints start in this elimination race. But we should see some good stuff happening.
Bunch of like fun facts for you to read. Oh yeah. Can you hear me? Hey everyone, this is Laura Brown. I am volunteering for the Burnaby Velodrome Bare Bones. The barest of bare bones. We have one field tonight, 3, 6, 9 riders. All ages, all abilities. It's actually pretty cool. We've done some gear restrictions to sort of create a fair playing field. With 2 laps to go until the first elimination. We've got some bumping. Dave and Ethan shouldering each other. No one fell over, that's good. This will be bell lap. Elimination next time round. Let's see, Sherwood's making a move. You never really want to go under. You always want to go over. He's taking that chance. And Sherwood is eliminated. Very rarely does that strategy work to go under. Usually get boxed in, but somebody has to be first, right? He wasn't quite sure if it was him.
Don't miss it. It's every other lap. Don't miss it.
So this should be an
Every other lap.
elimination.
Don't miss it, even if that rider.
Okay, here we go. Back on track. Sherwood has now left the pack. This is our second elimination. Let's see here. Stacked 5 high. This is going to be pretty tight. I think it's down below. No, I'm going to say Evan Richardson. Yeah, Evan Richardson up high. He knows it. There he goes. Good job, Evan Richardson. All right. Third elimination. Looks like Dave Girth on the front, driving the pace. Timothy Ho, is he going to go up and over? Is he going to make it? No, Timothy Ho, you have been eliminated. We are down to 6 riders in the barest of bones. Bell lap, elimination next time. We have father and son at the back, duking it out, Uli and Marcus. Here we go. Ooh, tight pass. Ethan threading the needle. Nice. It's going to be close. Dave Girth. Bit of a surprise. I think he thought he was safe, but not when you have Marcus and Uli coming up and over. Elimination. Next time round, down to 5 riders. We have 2 Devos, 1 next gen rider, Ethan, Uli, and Al of Red Truck. It's an awesome field, actually. Ooh. Uli been eliminated. Nice ride, Uli. 4 riders remaining in this mixed AD cohort elimination. Let's go, Marcus. Maybe he's doing a rush, getting dropped. I'm not sure. We'll see soon. Half lap to go. Here we go.
Nice.
Mark giving him some flicks. Oh, that was close. I'm going to say it was Marcus. Yeah? Hans giving the official nod. Marcus. Yeah. Nice ride, Marcus. Down to 3. This is a comeback story of the night with Mark. Here we go. Big move from behind. Let's go, Mark. Let's go, Mark. Let's go, Mark. Let's go. Not quite. Good job. He's a U17 rider with the Devo Cannondale Youth Club. Nice move. Down to 2. Now it's a match sprint between Ethan and Al. Oh, I don't think Ethan saw that jump. Got him sleeping. Here we go. 1 to go. I think Al's got this. Ethan better not go to sleep out there when when it's you versus Al. Nice job, guys. Al taking the win. Ethan second. Young gun Mark Sato in third. That was awesome. Nice move, Al. And that's it. Next up is points race. This is Laura Brown signing off.
All right, we are back at the Burnaby Velodrome, 80 laps on the counter, and we've got the points race for the combined A-B group. All right, just adjusting the feed camera, and riders are a little bit tired from the earlier events, only a 10-minute break between races. So working nicely together, make a proper points race out of this. 80 laps on our Burnaby Velodrome, 60K, or sorry. And each rider taking full lap pulls here, or half lap pulls, depending on what they're doing. No one's pulling up early yet. Everyone taking some responsibility to get this race going along. And Uli Myers on the front, followed by Al Murison, David Girth, Ethan Organacek, Evan Richardson, and Sherwood Plant. Should be good to see riders coming around here. Got about 5 laps before the sprint starts. So getting ready to queue up. Burnaby Velodrome, 200-meter track, it's important to start to line up early and figure out where your position is going to be. And I'm just going to check with our finish line cameraman and make sure that he is ready. And coming around, 72, getting ready for the first sprint. 3 riders pull up in corner 3, leaving Ethan on the front. But it is only 2 laps to go, and Ethan's riding David Girth above the stair line. Evan Richardson comes low in the sprinters lane, leads this thing out. They're going to be coming around with 1 lap to go. They're in corner 3 right now. Richardson on the front, Organacek in second, Murison in third, David Girth up top, battling Sherwood for the sprinters lane. And it looks like Sherwood's going to give Girth a bit. And here they go, top 4 coming around into corner 3. Organacek's leading it. David Girth comes on the outside, tries to block Murison. Murison pulls out of the spinner's lane, forces Girth high. We've got Murison, Organacek, Plant, and Girth in that order.
Ethan, Dave, Sherwood.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to go to the beach.
Was it Dave or Sherwood?
Who wins that?
Oh.
See, that's why you have to be right on the line. Back up the video a bit.
You gotta play your glove player. I swear that's
Okay, we'll go with Girth on that one. Okay. So David,
Yeah.
yep.
That's what I
And so we're just coming back here. We have a photo finish and photo finish on that one. 5 more laps before the next sprint, and things are opening up a little bit. A bit of a higher pace here, but photo finish for the 3rd and 4th position there between David Girth and Sherwood Plant. So a really tight race. And things are definitely heating up here with 4 to go before the sprint. And riders queuing up, lots of breaks here as everyone settles up. And knowing what happened last time with the riders taking advantage early, but everyone's up above the stair line right now. We've got 2 to go when they come around. They're sitting up above the stair line. Doesn't happen a lot here at Burnaby. Timothy Ho out front in the sprinter's lane. I'm not sure he realizes how much real estate he has. And he's opening it up, but he's not accelerating super fast. It looks like a big windup is going to happen behind him. And the rumble starts, and there goes Timothy Ho, still with 4 bike lengths. And Uli Meyer does the chasing work for Al Murison, pulls out around Timothy Ho, and they go into corner 3 and 4. And Murison, is Murison going to try to come around? And sure he does, and a big acceleration from Murison. And we've got Murison in first on that one. Uli Meyer in second.
I think, yeah. So Al Uli Sherwood.
It was the guy in the red.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And
Al.
again, looking at the photos here, and Sherwood Plant, and then it looks like a close heat between Timothy and Ethan again. And we're going to go with Timothy on that one. So
Came by like a millimeter. Like if you look
another close finish.
look at their handlebars.
Yeah, but it's also. Yeah, but I feel like the way you touch it, sort of lines them. It's like really good at touching. First was Al, right?
Yeah. So who are we giving it to on that one?
Tim.
To Timothy Hill? Okay.
So, and then behind him is this guy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's great. Okay, so with 2 sprints down, Murison with 10 points, Organacek with 3, Uli Meyer with 3, Sherwood Plant with 3, and David Girth with 2, Timothy Ho with 1. And it looks like a bit of an acceleration here as Al Murison, Ethan Organacek, and Sherwood Plant split the group apart. Some hard accelerations here. My head's down, doing some point calculations, and these guys are ripping it up. 10 bike lengths as Girth puts his head down and gives it. He's not letting up. One thing about David Girth, you don't want him against you. He will give and give and give, and he single-handedly closes the group back up to Ethan and Al. So just 4 bike lengths between them. They sit up, pull up to the stair line, and no one wants to go. Here we go. Good time for Richardson to take a move. If Richardson has it in him, he goes now. He's going to get away, and no one does it. 2 laps before the next sprint, and that effort seemed to put a big struggle on the faces. Everyone's sitting up. We haven't seen it this slow. This is a kind of move that David Girth would take. But, you know, if he's not doing it, he's bagged. And Sherwood Plants, the next I would say, was taking it. And he's sitting up. The bell's ringing. No one's sprinting. And here goes Ethan. Dives into the sprinter's lane with Murison on his wheel. Sherwood Plants blocking him in. This is good. It looks like they're going to box out Murison on this sprint. Tactically, no. Sherwood Plant backs up, allows Murison to go through. And it looks like Marcus, Ethan, Marcus, Al, and Richardson.
Yeah, it's blue-green. Blue-green, red.
All right, things have continued on after that sprint. Things are breaking up quite a bit. Murison continues to lead, but not by as much. He has 12 points. Organacek has 8, Uli Meyer 3, Marcus Meyer 3, Sherwood Plant 3, David Girth 2. And we've got 2 riders, Evan and Timothy, with 1 point each, going down to our next sprint. And it looks like we've got our first DNF of the night. And Timothy Ho is pulling out. So our first DNF here. Got some points, was out front for a bit, but I guess that was a bit too much. heading out here, a big lead. Uli Meyer, 108, our Masters rider, is taking a good effort here, building up over half a lap on the group right now. And the group is sitting up above the stair line again. First, and Al Murison, big attack. Murison with the big attack out of corner number 2, high up, finds the hole and lets it rip. Ethan Urgenachek tries to close it. So we've got Ethan chasing Al, but it looks like Uli Meyer with the steady pace is actually out front here, going to collect his points as they're getting ready. In a lap, they're going to be doing a sprint, but Murison has got the high pace with Ethan, and the group is following. They're not too far behind. So let's see if these two riders pull up, we could see that Uli Meyer not only picks up the points, Uli Meyer, steady rider, one of our Masters riders, and quite capable out there, as David Girth.
First, then it was the red guy, then it was Sherwood.
Okay. So Dave Girth is down a lap, and the winner of that sprint is Uli Meyer, followed by Al Murison and Sherwood Plant, and then Ethan Urgenachek. And the officials are going to have to just give Dave to sit on Uli's wheel. He has to sit on Uli's wheel. So Dave can't pull.
And Timothy is out. Or what? It's gonna be insane.
All right, getting ready with 3 to go before our next sprint. And the leaderboard right now is Murison with 15, Ethan Urgenachek with 9, Uli Meyer close behind with 8, and Sherwood Plant with 5. So that rounds out the top 4. And it looks like we have another abandon. So it looks like David Girth is pulling the pin on this one, but great efforts for him all evening. Great racing. Definitely want to see that guy more. He makes it happen. And that's the bell. The group is all together. No riders up the lap. Everyone's together. And the sprint is starting out of corner 2. Mark Sato is coming over top of Ethan Urgenachek, but it doesn't look like he has enough time or effort. And it looks like Ethan, Al, Mark Sato, and Sherwood Plant in that one.
Alright, blue, then red, then green, then Sherwood. Alright, it is Ethan. It's this. It's this guy. It's this. Yeah. It's that.
All right, and after that sprint, we're down to 28 laps to go. Close battle for the top 2. We've got Ethan at 18 points and Sherwood, or Al Murison at 18 points. So just 4 points separating them. The next closest is 8 for Uli Meyer and Sherwood Plant with 6.
Yeah, I know it looks just like him, but it's not him. It looks like evil. Yeah.
25 laps on the counter here as we are down to a real proper points race pace as everyone is feeling the efforts of the earlier racing and of this one, 80 laps to start. So right now the group is just following Ethan around. They're on the stair line and above. And it's nice to see the juniors in there still and picking up some points in the sprints as well. Coming around to 23 to go. Not very often that you see the group here at Burnaby riding above the stair line and just chilling. Generally there's a big effort or lots of efforts. And here's our first one coming in, 22. Uli Meyer sets the pace. He goes on corner one, dives down low trying to pick things up. Who's going to help him? And it looks like it's just Marcus on his wheel. Things are strung out, but not hard enough. So we'll see if he tries to stay on the front and force others to come around him. So bell lap coming up here, getting ready for a sprint. And Uli Meyer puts the hammer down a little bit more. So looks like he was just faking. Out of the saddle, both him and his son cross the finish line. Here they go, the bell. And they've opened up a bike length on Ethan and Murison. But it looks like they're out of the saddle now. And will Uli be able to hold them off? He rides high out of the spinner's lane. We've got Murison, Uli, Marcus, and Ethan in that one. Good. And that's the call. So let's see the new point spread. It looks like Murison really gets a big gap with that one. Sitting at 23 points to Ethan at 15. Uli Meyer comes up with 11 there, and Sherwood Plant stays at 6. So there's your top four. And Marcus Meyer, the junior, or just first-year senior this year, is pulling up in 5th place. But the big split is happening off camera right now as Sherwood Plant, as I mentioned earlier, most aggressive rider you're going to see out here. He is just taking a big cut and forcing everyone to chase, which means Al's chasing, Ethan's chasing, and Mark Sato finds himself in a great position where he gets to sit on the top riders. Smart riding by Mark Sato. If he can just hang on here, he's just got to sit on this freight train that's happening in front of him. Behind Uli Meyer, who put in a big effort in the last sprint, is forced to actually chase this down because behind him there probably isn't enough firepower. So he knows he's got to put the effort in and close the gap. There's still 5-6 bike lengths as the rest of the guys sit up, and it is all back together with 14 to go. So we've got 2 more sprints here. Last sprint is double points. The group's all together. We've got 2 DNFs and Murison with a handy lead in this one. And again, you'll probably get some good footage because they're going slow enough that the camera can pick it up. Single file above the stair line. Everyone's following Ethan, waiting for the big move. He won't do it from the front. I'm sure he'll bring everyone down, and we'll see what will happen. They've got 13 on the counter right now. 2 sprints to go. And again, no one's willing to take it. That's a good one. He pulls into the sprinter's lane, and this is follow the leader right now. Riders are opting to take this one high and slow into this 2 laps to go. 200-meter track, it's hard to pass in the last 150 meters, so you've got to make your move before the bell. Bell lap's coming up, and it's single file. So we've got bell lap coming up. Uli Meyer on the front. He was effective in his last pursuit for the sprint. Murison on his wheel. Organicek in 3rd here. And Uli's out of the saddle, right at the line. Let's see what happens here. And look at that. Murison leaves that bike length so he can rush. Gets the rush on Uli, comes up over Uli. In corner 4, Ethan is forced 2 back. So we go with Murison, Ethan, Uli, and I think we have Richardson in 4th on that one.
then the blue guy, then the dark blue guy.
Oh, check. Third.
Yeah, Richard.
Check it out.
That's a little soft.
So
Sorry.
Al, Ethan.
Could you go back and just show me the video again? And we're just going to go through it. So we've got Murison, and then, all right, Ethan, Uli, and who was that? Richardson, right? The next one, oh, just the green rider. Yeah, Richardson. Perfect. Okay, so some nice close racing here, right on the line. Okay, so coming up to our finish, we've got Murison with 28, Ethan Burnaby with 18, and it looks like Uli Meyer can actually do some damage here. If he can do well in this last sprint, he could probably take over second. 5 laps on the counter. We've got a couple riders out the back. And what's happening out here is Uli up.
Let's go.
Okay, so just catching up here, it looks like Uli and Marcus actually got gapped in the last couple laps. So they have to catch back on if Uli wants to get any points in this last one. Sherwood Plant on the front. A group of 5 are out front. Ethan, Al, Mark, Sato, Plant, and Richardson. And it looks like Marcus is going. Uli is just tailing off, sitting in 3rd place, and it looks like he's going to just crawl to the end with 2 laps to go, not get any points. Let's see who can capitalize in this. We're going to be looking for Sherwood Plant. It's impossible for Sherwood to catch him, so it looks like Uli will still solidify, and he's probably been doing the calculations in his head. He's an old, crafty, wise rider, so he knows he just has to finish. But look at this. They're sitting up. Coming into the last lap, they're all above the stair line, and Uli might just catch on, but no, there's a big acceleration, and here they go. Ethan Burnaby coming over the line first. Mark Sato riding high, boxing in Murison. Murison tries to punch him out, but he can't. Sato's holding his line. Great job for the junior, but he blows. He can't hold it. He's got to dive down, otherwise he's going to get passed by Sherwood Plant. We've got Ethan, Al, and it looks like Plant, and then Sato.
It was blue and red. Ethan and Al.
Sherwood and
And we will just get the finishing order here in a second. We need the full video for this, so we will be back. All right, so final results for the points race.
good work.
Al Murison with 34 points, Ethan Burnaby with 28 points, Uli Meyer with 13, Sherwood Plant coming close but only gets 10, Marcus Meyer, the junior, or just turning senior, with 5 points. Mark Sato, the junior, with 4 points. Evan Richardson, 2 points. David Girth, 2 points and a DNF. And Timothy Ho gets 2 points, but DNF as well. All right, this is the Burnaby Velodrome Club signing off from our Friday night racing on the barest bones during COVID. Thank you for tuning in.
Final message?
Yeah, sure. We got a final message from Dante.
All right. To everyone who's listening, I don't want to be here.
We love